Leaving pit lane, I am in Atlanta Motorsports Park in the Elantra N. I haven't driven this car on normal roads, let alone a track. So this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to bring you guys along with me for this really cool, unique experience. Now, this Elantra N can be had in a 8-speed manual, which I'm driving, which has auto rev matching downshifts, which is going to make my life a heck of a lot easier out on this track. There's also the 8-speed DCT that you can get that is also standard on the Kona N, which is the kind of like the hot hatch variant of this car. They're very, very similar. The Elantra N being on a newer platform. Man, the first thing I noticed is the steering wheel is A+ in here. It feels so good.
Around here, just get a feel for the front grip on the tires and see where all the turns are.
Okay, so this is the first lap is a warm-up lap, and we're just kind of getting used to the track. I have never driven this track before here north of Atlanta, about an hour. It's going to be a lot of fun. At first I thought it was going to be Road Atlanta, which is a bigger, faster track, but this sort of small track with lots of turns, a lot of blind turns, elevation changes. This is perfect for a car like the Elantra N, like the Kona N as well. And the tachometer is on the right, so that's going to take me some time to get used to. Because I was looking on the left for the tachometer, getting on the brakes, auto rev matching downshifts. Again, I need to press this blue button on the left-hand side to make sure that I'm in the right mode here. There's also a red button on the right-hand side, which is an overboost, gives you 10 more horsepower. So this has 276 horsepower, and then there's the auto rev matching downshift. I had to make sure it was in this super high end sport mode to make sure I got the auto rev matching downshifts. We also have tons of customizable settings in here, which I'll show you guys during the walk around later. But you just hear some nice pops and gurgles in the exhaust when you slow this vehicle down, also when you downshift. But I'm just keeping it in second gear here. This track is a lot of fun. And it's been raining all night, all morning. And this manual, I haven't had a whole lot of time with it. Obviously, this is the first time me being in the car, but it feels super good, very accurate, very nice short throws. We got some nice leather around that shifter to give you guys a better grip.
A little faster this time, bud.
And once I put it in this in sport mode, with the button on the left-hand side of the steering wheel, it changed the tachometer to the center, so it's a lot easier for me to read. We're getting on the brakes here. This is the main straightaway, getting on the brakes. The auto rev match. And they're saying that the lateral turns and grip is actually really good, even though the weather is not ideal. And the braking, they're saying just brake a little bit early here. And the great thing about a track like this and a vehicle like the Elantra N is that you can just maintain your pacing and maintain the speed. So you don't need to shift a whole lot, but the instances when you do, it's very, very satisfying. So I'm just maintaining third here around the turn, and we're starting to speed up a little bit. So I might have to stop talking as much and really start focusing on the driving mechanics here. Oh, that downshift is just so good. It feels even a little bit more precise and accurate than the Civic SI's auto rev matching downshifts. Oh man, this is good. I'm gonna be a little bit more quiet here, and I'm only able to go as fast as the car in front of me. So yeah, lots of grip even with the wet roads here. And we have this nice little S turn at the top of the hill, blind corner. Can't see really what's going on, but we have a nice elevation drop here as we turn back around. Just easing off the throttle gives you
Go a
that
little bit
pop.
faster.
There we go. Hit that rev limiter. Getting in the brakes. This is the heaviest braking portion of the track, where you gather the most speed here into kind of a hairpin turn. We have a nice limited slip differential that really helps rotate the car, and it is true torque vectoring. So the brakes do help a little bit to help rotate while you're accelerating out of the turn, but it is true torque vectoring for this limited slip. We are going to switch. We are going to switch cars at the end of this 4 laps. So I am hoping to get in a little bit of a faster position here, because I don't even see the cars in front of this Elantra that's keeping me up here. Oh, there's a little bit. I got into the gas a little bit early there. You could start feeling that the wet conditions are really limiting our grip here. So that concludes the first few laps in the Elantra N. I'm actually going to drive the Kona N, which is it's the 8-speed. It'll actually allow me to be faster, there's no doubt, with the DCT, but I have more fun with this 6-speed manual, which in just my brief driving with it is absolutely fantastic. Very accurate rev matching downshifts, and it's super. I mean, I was really just in second and third the whole time on this track, but man, it was definitely a rewarding experience. Hopefully I can get in front of this guy next time, so I'm not held back by you know, different people's driving comforts on this track. All right, so I'm actually in the DCT of the Elantra, and all the Konas are still taken, which is completely fine. I'd rather be in the lower center of gravity Elantra N. 8-speed DCT, it's definitely going to be faster than the 6-speed manual, but the manual is just so good and very, very rewarding, and I'm hoping to be a little bit higher up in the order here for this test drive. So we got the pro driver, the IMSA drivers, and the lead car Elantra N. He's actually in the car that I just left, the 6-speed manual. And then we got a Kona N with the same 8-speed DCT, which I'm just going to leave it in auto and see what this thing does. And if it's not doing what I want it to do, then I will go ahead and start using the paddle shifters and use it more in manual mode. But the way it is, I'm going to just let it do its thing to see how it behaves. I hit rev limiter a couple times in the manual. Again, first time me driving the car, not really used to the shift points quite yet, and also first time on the track, so there's a lot of things that I wasn't quite used to on the manual, but here in the DCT it's really just kind of like easy mode, and it's going to definitely allow me to be a bit quicker, and now I can see better lines that these guys are taking here for us, and we already kind of did our warm-up lap already, so this is going to be more enjoyable for sure. I'm going to turn those wipers on because we do get some splashes going on. Oh, so he comes all the way out here. So it's nice to be able to see the lead car and see what they're doing and try to emulate that, because I didn't see the lead car at all with the Elantra N with the manual transmission the last time around. So yeah, we can easily take our speed here into the turn, take this wide, which I was doing earlier, and just kind of fling it in, accelerate out just a little bit, keeping that momentum. Again, the top here, blind turns, but it's pretty cool. It reminds me a little bit of Laguna Seca's corkscrew, not nearly as G-Force E, but definitely cool nonetheless. Slowly accelerating through this long turn here, because it does lead into the straightaway as we straighten out.
Alright, we'll start our first faster lap.
All right, things are going to get a little bit more paced out here because that was our initial. Ooh, that 8-speed DCT shifts quick. Those upshifts are lightning quick. Okay, pushing the grip to the max there on that hairpin after the straightaway. You could feel the tires holding on for dear life. Kind of trail braking here. Oh, got a little bit of tail happy on that one, but it stayed true. It straightened itself back out. Slowly into the brakes here. Roll into the throttle. Pedal down all the way, starting into the brakes. Trail brake a little bit back into the brakes. Carrying our momentum here around A. Just carrying that speed as best as we can. Touch on the brakes a little bit. Fling it hard here. Accelerate up to the top of the hill. Quick brake. Maintain that speed. Try to maintain the speed kind of on this long sweeping turn.
Starting our second fast lap.
Okay. Full throttle here, out of that apex, into the brakes hard, right around the finish line. 8-speed, yeah. It's so much easier to drive this car quick with the 8-speed. Just pedal down all the way. Backing off. Trail brake a little bit. And that turn earlier, I got the back end out just a tad. Taking it wide here. Cutting back in. Slowly back on the gas, maybe a little bit early. That one's a bit tricky for me. Get into the brakes, got kind of this hairpin turn here. Accelerate to the top of the hill, the blind turns, 2 of them in a row. And we're gonna do our cool down lap here. Whew. That was pretty fun, and I'm glad my GoPro is still going. The battery is pretty low on it, and it's a nice thing about a car like this is that it's track capable and handles it so well, but it's also with the adaptive dampers in here, all the customizable sport tuning suspension, and the customizable steering feel, exhaust notes, shift points, etc. This can be a very livable daily car that you can take to the track and just have a blast with it. I would personally go for the 6-speed manual because it's a little bit more fun, a little bit more engaging on a daily basis. This 8-speed, I guess, is definitely quicker out here on the track. The shifts are so fast, and the downshifts, the car, it's easy mode, essentially. But I'm excited to get out of here and cool down myself because I get myself car sick when I'm on these track rides, and I forgot my seasickness medicine essentially. So I'm excited to get out of the cars and then feet back on solid ground. And there's also an autocross portion, also the fully electric Ioniq 5 here for me to play around with too. So I can't wait to eventually get one of these for a week for a press review. But here, driving it on the track, what it's really designed for is an absolute treat. So I'll see you guys down below. What kind of comments do you have on
All right, we'll stay right and then we'll pull into
the Elantra N? An everyday track car with good affordability, coming around 34K. How this one is equipped with the 8-speed DCT and 32K with a 6-speed manual. It is quite incredible the performance that you get for the price point. It's outstanding. There's nothing really anything out there in the same price point in terms of the track capability included in an everyday affordable package. But I'll end it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Signing out from Atlanta Motorsports, just about an hour north of Atlanta. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.